Grandmother, my name is Angaangaq, and it means the man who looks like his uncle. And I actually do. I look like my father's older brother. And it's a name given to me by my grandmother, my father's mother. Aanakasaa is her name. That was a long time ago, just about almost 8 years ago. I was born to this world. And I was taught, that we were taught by our grandmother to ancient stories. And it's so interesting that University of Alaska came to my grandmother's land many, many years ago. And I asked him to take samples for how long my family had lived there. The following year they came back to the big lakes in Qilaut. So I invited him for dinner. And he came and they said, you know, Uncle, we did take samples of rocks, fireplaces, and teepee places. We came to the conclusion that your family had lived there for about 6,000 years. So I am old in my tradition, proven by a university. And this is what our grandmother would do. When you and I would get together, she would always chant. Sometimes it seems like she's just humming. But when you hear what she says, it's more than humming. She's visiting her ancestors and talking to them. So I want to say that little prayer of asking the Great One to remove all the difficulties I have encountered in my life. And I have encountered many difficult times, including losing my beloved wife to Alzheimer's, my beloved Seneca. I went to her grave the other day with my old son. It was so nice to visit her. I cried again. We promised each other that we would carry on. Either one of us go first, the other one will carry on in life, create a new family. I realized though, it's much easier to talk about it than doing it. But this is a prayer which my father himself asked to put an ancient tune to it, because he would only recite it in words. So I would like to chant it. So one day when I came home from Alaska to Nuuk in Greenland, I come out of the taxi and I have not entered the yard of his house. I gave him a hug though, and he said, are you ready? I was going to put in my suitcase into the house. He said, just put it here. And I can see my mother inside the house coming out. So I stood there in front of my father and my mother and chanted the prayer his mother so often talked about, removing all the difficulties within herself, within us all. So we can be healed in a way only art can do. Oh.